emojis in response to a tweet about a potential rule change that would allow teams a 4th and 15 attempt from their 25 in lieu of an onside kick. Mahomes has converted many long downs, including the famous Super Bowl 3rd and 15 play. Shannon, what do you think? You happy about it? Do you like this idea?
Skip, I really don't like it because I think this is going to lead, what's going to end up happening, Skip, this is going to end up leading to getting rid of kickoffs, and people are going to lose their jobs. Shannon Sharp made the NFL by playing special teams, playing kickoff and kickoff return. And, Skip, the thing is that the onside kick, it should be hard, Skip. You're trying to steal a possession. So it should be hard. It shouldn't be a 50-50 chance that you can get it. No. And for me, Skip, and for some quarterbacks and teams, it's easier picking up 4th and 15 than getting the onside kick. Since they changed the rules, well, Skip, you know, before, you could get a running start on the onside kick. Now you just have to stand there. The guy kicks the ball. Skip, that went from the old rules in 2017. You got a 21% chance of recovering it. The last 2 years since the new rules have been instituted, you got a 10% chance. Skip, over the last 5 years, 4th and 15 has been converted 24% of the time. Let that sink in. So now, Skip, you got guys like Mahomes, teams like a Lamar Jackson, because so many things can go wrong, Skip. I can get offensive holding. I can get defensive holding, pass interference. I can get you to jump off sides. Now it's 4th and 10. I can get you to hit the quarterback in the head. Now guess what, Skip? I got a first down. So there's so many different ways that I can convert this as opposed to just recovering the ball on the onside kick. So, Skip, I really don't like it. It seems gimmicky, and I get what the NFL is trying to do. It's trying to, you know, they said these collisions, you know, you get a lot of collisions, Skip, on the kickoff and things of that nature because guys are generating such force. And I get it. You're trying to make the game safer. Hard for me to believe that when you added the game, but that's neither here nor there, Skip. But for me, nah, Skip, I'm not in love with it, but I do get the reason for the change. But you're going to have some teams, Skip, that's going to be getting the extra couple of possessions a game that they don't deserve to have.
Okay. I hear what you just said, and I appreciate the point you just made about trying to preserve lower-level special teams jobs and those salaries.
Right.
But the fans who fund this game, hopefully they'll be, excuse me, back in the stands sooner than later. The ones who watch these games like crazy on TV, Shannon, you know and I know, they're not worried about lower-level salaries that special teamers make. They're worried about excitement at the end of the game. Yeah, they want wildly exciting. And because of safety rules, which I also completely respect and appreciate, they took the excitement out of the onside. I was surprised that it was 10% recovered over the last 2 years. It felt like it was 1%. It felt uncoverable to me with the new rules to the point that it just became a moot point at the end of most games. Well, that's it. They're not going to be able to recover the onside.
Right.
And as gimmicky as 4th and 15 from the 25 would be, at least it would give the trailing team a ray of hope. As you said, 25% hope. At least it would keep me on the edge of my seat. I don't like gimmicks, but I've told you from the start, it's gimmicky to me that you let a little guy who played soccer trot onto the field and try to kick the ball up between the uprights. 2 uprights, that's as gimmicky as you get for 3 points to win the game or lose the game if you miss. So 4th and 15 from the 25 works for me because it would really up the anticipation for me. I would be crazed to see if teams could pull off 4th and 15. So I'm more with it than you are. Now, allow me to segue into what Jenny mentioned, a tweet from your man, Mahomes, in which he was kiki king about this. He was basically rubbing his hands together. He was licking his chops about, let me at 4th and 15 from the 25. Time out, Patrick. There's this guy who now resides in Tampa, Florida. He's the one who should be in the new catbird seat on 4th and 15 from the 25. He's the one who should have posted on social yesterday, I can't wait for this. He's the GOAT. His name is Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr., and he is the clutchest quarterback in NFL history, and he remains to this day the clutchest quarterback in the NFL. All he does is have 4th and 15s for afternoon snacks, Shannon Sharp. That's the guy who would benefit the most, because we saw what Tom Brady did in an AFC championship game in the cold in Mahomes' house just a couple of years ago. We saw him in overtime convert 3 straight 3rd and 10s, 3 in a row. That's way harder than 1 4th and 15. Wow. He went to Edelman for 20.
Don't do that, Skip.
He went to Edelman for 15. He went to Gronk for 15. I think all those would have converted a 4th and 15. This is Mr. Clutch, Tom Brady. So, Patrick, maybe you should wake up and smell the roses that are growing now down in Tampa, Florida.
No, Skip. Okay, let's just say for the sake of argument, I were to concede that Tom Brady was the GOAT. Is Tom Brady currently the best quarterback, the best player in the NFL? No. It's like when Jordan had accomplished everything he accomplished, but when he came back to the Wizards, he was not the best player in the NBA, Skip. 2 things can be true. One player can be great, historically great, and no longer be the best at said time. That is what is happening here. Tom Brady is great. We cannot argue that. We cannot take that from him. But Tom Brady is not the best quarterback in football currently, Skip. You know that. So with that being said, yes, my man, my homeboy, like, yeah, y'all saw what I did in the Super Bowl. Now, it doesn't get any more intense than that. It doesn't get any more high pressure than that. And I did that with flying colors.
Flying colors? It was
Yes.
like flying red alert, because every time I looked up in the Super Bowl, late in the 3rd quarter, Mahomes threw an interception. Early in the 4th quarter, he threw another interception. Then we get to, 3rd and 15 from his 35 with 7:13 left in the game. What did Mahomes get away with doing? Are you calling that clutch? He's got a rusher right in his face. He twists sideways and throws an Eli in the Super Bowl against Brady, the first Eli Super Bowl, a pass and a prayer. He basically put one hand over his eyes and flung it as far and high as he could. And Tyreek Hill, go look at the tape. Tyreek has to retreat for it. He had to come back on the dead run, wave for a fair catch.